Hi, welcome to another yoga flow with me, Sarah. I'm Sarah. Welcome to the mat. Thank you so much for joining me. This week, we're going to focus on the word alignment. Last week, we focused on truth, alignment. You might say they're one and the same. And our body is such a powerful, physical, tangible metaphor for what's going on in the intangible, in the unseen, in our spirit, in our soul, in our consciousness. And the simple example of this is our breath. If we tune into our breath, when we're in our truth, when we're feeling very aligned, our breath flows easily and deeply even. When we're out of truth or out of alignment and we're in stress, our breath is maybe shallow, maybe frantic, right? We've all had moments. So just observing our breath is one way to experience if we are in alignment or out of alignment, and then make necessary adjustments. Similarly with our breath is also just being super aware of the sensations happening inside of our bodies. And a lot of times these sensations in our bodies, a lot of this can happen unconsciously, but when we become more conscious, we become more powerful at moving through our world with more flow. So yoga helps us when we're on the mat to practice our self-awareness, not only to our breath, but to our actual physical body. And when we can move consciously with our breath, we can facilitate moving energy through our body. And this literally, as we mentioned in last week's practice with our hips, it literally can change our outer reality by what we're doing on our mat. This is one of the many things that I love about yoga and how powerful it is. So today we're going to focus on alignment. It's going to be a very short practice. I'm going to give you a simple resource, skill that you can use with you off of your mat, and also just while you're in practice as we continue doing yoga together, to always keep in your mind. And that is the alignment of our head, our heart, and our base, our sacral and root chakras, our tailbone and our spine. It's basically our spine. And our spinal column is a really powerful metaphor, along with the whole body, for where we're at in our life, right? If we're kind of slouching down, how do we feel? If our shoulders are back and open and our heart is open, and our head and our posture is just amazing, how does that feel? So that's what we're going to do today. So let's just find a comfortable seat. If you find that it's hard to stay up straight when you're sitting down, then you may find sitting on a blanket or a block or something will be helpful, because your hips can be higher than your knees, and that just helps with the spine alignment. So get what you need, and when you're ready, just close your eyes and just tune into your breath. Let's arrive on our mats, and let's arrive in our body. And arriving in our body, what does that look like? Where were we? Where was I when I wasn't in my body? Maybe our mind was somewhere else, and some future thoughts or past. So syncing with the breath and just becoming aware of your body and the sensations in your body. From your toes, your ankles, your shins, your thighs, your hips. Just allow them to soften. Allow them to enliven. Your abdomen soften, your ribs, your shoulders, your neck. Just notice if you're holding any tension in your neck, If you're gripping in the shoulders, let your shoulders fall away from your ears. Notice if your head, the weight of your head is forward off of your shoulders. See if you can press the head back slightly, as if there was a wall behind you and you could just rest your head on the wall. Slight tuck of the chin. See if you gripped in your hips or your abdomen, and just soften once again, relaxing your cheekbones, your eyes. And just come to fully bringing your awareness to your breath. Just feeling where it's moving in your body. Invite it deeper, breathing from the belly if you're not already. Exhalations maybe a little bit longer. And just start to observe your sit bones, your hips, the base of your pelvis. And just notice if you're leaning forward, too much forward or back, or on your left or your right. Just make very subtle movements, finding that center at the base. And then feeling your heart beating, and just feeling if your shoulders are rounding forward and your heart is closed slightly. See if you can bring your shoulder blades back together on your back, open across your chest. And then just subtle movements to feel your heart right over your pelvis, your hips. And feeling your heart aligned to your root, to your foundation. And let's take this foundation beyond the body, all the way down through to the earth. However deep you want to go, maybe all the way to the core of the earth. And just establish that connection and your alignment to the beat and the rhythm of the earth. And just watching your breath and how it moves. And then coming to your head, to your brain, and just observing if your brain is busy thinking about what you have to do later or what's happened for the day, or if it's found some stillness just with this simple practice so far. Just acknowledge the power of your focus and the power of your breath to align you in any moment. And just, again, subtle movements with the head, moving it on its axis, just noticing where you feel the optimal alignment with your head, right on top of your heart, your ears right over your shoulders, your heart right on top of your pelvis, your creative center, your shoulders right on top of the hips. And then just scan the spine. The back of the spine, the inside of the spine, the sides of the spine. And we're going to wash the spine with a golden light from the head all the way down to the base. Just imagine it being washed. Maybe if gold isn't coming to you, maybe it's the color white. Pure light, washing your spine. Washing your spine with forgiveness for any time you carried it out of alignment, for any time you were walking out of alignment. Just washing your spine, clearing it of any debris from your past that's no longer serving you. Allowing your spine to just release any toxins right down into the earth. Letting go of any ways that you're ready for at this time to let go of, so that you can walk forward with deeper alignment, deeper truth, and more peace. So if you're feeling really good right here, you can stay here, but we're going to just take a couple more movements before we finish our time together. Staying with your breath. I'm just going to make a note before we move, because this might happen for you, which it's happening for me right now, is my spine is having an involuntary beat happening to it. And there's a natural just kind of undulation movement happening. And this is trusting the body's wisdom to move you, to allow yourself to be moved by the wisdom of your body and the wisdom of your breath. It's a powerful medicine in a way to surrender to that simple and subtle movements, and to really tune in, fine tune to the wisdom of the body. So you can stay seated if something like that's happening for you. And if not, we're going to come onto the hands and knees, and we're going to be very mindful of our spine alignment in a tabletop position. So from here, notice, if you're used to doing yoga or not, in either case, just notice, is your head dropping forward? Bring it back. Are your ribs dropping forward? Hug them in. Is your pelvis very rounded and tucked back, or is it tilted forward? So just arrive here on all fours and just observe the spine and make very subtle movements. And just observe. Sometimes these subtle movements can feel boring if we're used to a lot of doing in our life. And yet, tuning into the subtle movements and the subtleties and the details in our life is really where we can find a lot of magic. And these would be words that I would give to my younger self. Let's just now move some cat-cow. So inhale, just moving the breath. And then let the body follow the breath. Exhale, round. Inhale forward. And exhale, round. Someone asked me about my yoga journey and how it's, shaped my life. So I'm reminded of when I first started doing yoga, I had a belief that it was very boring and it was just about laying on the floor, and I would much rather, get a workout in and get a sweat going on at that point in my life. And one of my very first classes with yoga, I had an experience that really blew my mind where I saw lights and colors and felt energy and things that I never thought was possible. And from then on, my world was opened up into yoga is way more than just laying on the floor. So again, the subtleties are important. And let's just come up into a downward dog and feel our spine here. Taking subtle movements again, still sticking with your breath, and just observing where your head goes in downward dog. In your spine, you can bend your knees quite a bit so you can really get a lot of more movement with your hips. And just take really subtle movements. Just notice where your body might be feeling aches. And just move, let the body move you. Let the body move any sort of aches or crunchiness or whatever is going on in your body. Just guide your breath there, bring your awareness there, and just wash that area with love. And then we're going to walk the feet forward underneath the hips, and then grab, hold, bend your knees, soft bend of your knees, grab your opposite elbows and just let your head hang here. And inhale up the back of your legs, all the way from the earth. Exhale down your spine. Out the crown of your head and down into the earth, just releasing whatever it is your body is ready to let go of. Whatever misalignments might be going on in your body as a metaphor for your life off of your mat, just letting it go. And then releasing the hands. And then we're going to inhale to a flat back. You can bring your hands on your shins or your thighs, shoulders back, and then tune again into your spine. Is your belly dropping forwards? Are your ribs dropping forwards? Hug your ribs in, shoulders back, lengthen the back of the neck. Then we're going to inhale and reach the hands all the way up. Keep reaching your arms all the way up to the sky. Drop your shoulders down and then tune into your spine here. You can bend the knees slightly, hips over your ankles. Let's drop the arms down for a moment. Shoulders back and down, shoulders over your hips. Your ears on top of your shoulders. Head, heart, base alignment. And then keep that connection going all the way down into the earth, and we'll inhale, reach the arms up. Shoulders down, but reach your energy beyond your fingertips, all the way up into the sky, maybe all the way up into the stars. Just soften your belly, soften your hips, soften everything that you can with your energetic body reaching all the way up to the stars. And just connecting that energy of the heavens, the magic of the universe, and just let it flow. It's like you're plugging into the universe and you're plugging into the earth, and you're setting that intention to be aligned as your highest self that you can in this moment, here on earth. And then exhale, we'll slowly release the hands down. So that's a practice that you can do at any time to set the intention to just plug in. If things are going on in your life and they're really chaotic or all over the place, just take a moment, breathe, align yourself, and just raise those arms up and connect and say, ask for help, ask for guidance from the universe, ask the wisdom of your body to align you, and then respond from there. So let's come back to a seat. Actually, you know what? We're going to lay down. We're going to lay all the way down and just feel our body now being fully supported by the earth. And just watching your breath, feeling your ribs rise and fall with each breath. And just tuning into your spine once again. Just notice if you need to tuck your chin slightly. And just notice if your hips feel level or if they're, one side is going one way or the other. You can even lift your head up and look at your legs and notice if your legs are kind of equal from the midline, and adjust as needed. Let's just do another wash of the spine and the whole body. Just imagine a white light entering through your crown of your head, all the way down your spine and out your legs, out your feet and into the earth. All the way out, down your head and out your arms, out your fingertips. Through your head, down your spine, your torso, your hips, down your legs. Allowing whatever no longer serving you to leave the body, be transmuted by the earth. And if you want to stay here breathing for as long as you like, please do. You can pause the video. And if you're ready to move on with your day, we'll bend the knees, hug the knees into your chest, just rocking from side to side. And then rolling all the way onto one side and up to a comfortable seat. You can place your hands on your thighs or with your hands up to the sky. And just close your eyes, tune into your spine, tune into your breath. Let's bring the palms together in front of the heart. And just take a moment to thank your body, to really acknowledge your body, your spine, for carrying you through your life, for taking you through so many lessons, taking you through so many moments of beauty, of grace, of love. And acknowledge the work in you showing up to the mat and trusting me to walk you through this intention of finding deeper alignment with your soul, simply by aligning your head and your heart and your foundation as one. Just bowing to your hands. Together we say Namaste. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day or night, and I hope you have a beautiful week, and I look forward to seeing you on the mat again next week. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.